What's your reaction to this, the Chargers' interest in Colin?
Well, first of all, see what I was saying? Just what I was saying about last segment about black coaches. You got a brother at the Chargers, and he's going to give a brother in Colin Kaepernick an opportunity.
Preach.
You see how that works? You see how it is? That's what the kind of stuff that I'm talking about here. Now, that doesn't guarantee Colin Kaepernick a job. There's still Cam Newton out there who I believe deserves a job in the National Football League. Obviously, Tyrod Taylor is who you got as your quarterback. So certainly you're going to look at Colin Kaepernick. And definitely you want to look at him because Phillip Rivers has been there, fresh off of 20 interceptions, even though he threw for 4,600 yards. But the bottom line is he was slower than a snail with arthritis, and snails don't get arthritis, meaning the brother can't move. So you need somebody like Colin Kaepernick that can at least run with the football, because you know that's going to be a dual threat. With what you're seeing from Lamar Jackson, what you're capable of seeing from Deshaun Watson and others, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm happy about it. You obviously got Mike Williams and Keenan Allen there to throw the football to. Henry Hunter is your tight end, so that's a good deal as well. Anthony Lynn, again, is your coach, our brother, giving an opportunity to our brother. I kind of like it. I like it a lot. I wish Colin Kaepernick well.
Yep. And by the way, you took the words out of my mouth, Stephen A. Isn't it interesting that in a city like Los Angeles, that with an African-American coach, Colin Kaepernick is getting a look and hopefully a fair shake? That remains to be seen. And now he's going to have to make it on the merits as well, which probably would have been easier for him to do several years ago. We'll see. But, boy, white people look bad again. Like, got shown up. Like, don't people understand who turn a blind eye to racist structures in our culture, in our society, for lack of a better word? Don't they understand that this is what we are talking about? The multiracial coalition of goodwill. Why does it take a black coach to give Kaepernick a shot? You think that's coincidental? What are the odds that that's coincidental? And if there were more African Americans in positions of power, starting with ownership, and then executives, GMs and such, and then coaches, do you think Kaepernick really would have been out of the league for 4 years? Do you think the commissioner and the owners would have buckled cravenly to political pressure like they did? Or was that not really buckling? Was that actually reflecting their will as well? And they did it with, if not glad hearts, at least knowing that they weren't doing anything they didn't want to do by drumming Kaepernick out of the league. It makes those who argue the point look bad. And good for Kaepernick and good for Anthony Lynn and good for the Los Angeles Chargers, provided that this is a fair shake.
Yo, significant change to your point, Max. I'm excited about the fact that he gets a legitimate shot in the processes in which you should be able to work out, and if a team signs you or not. I think in this particular situation, either way it goes, the Chargers won't look bad because you legitimize the process of how you sign a football player, and that's what we're talking about. A little bit of history, too. Greg Roman was with San Francisco, with the 49ers at the time Colin Kaepernick was playing quarterback. Greg Roman obviously left, went to Baltimore, ended in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. So we see a lot of what was implemented with Colin Kaepernick as far as how Lamar Jackson and that offense was ran as well. That is a connection between Anthony Lynn, because both of those guys have worked together. I'm just trying to give football context to this. There's familiarity. That is something that has happened in this league. Coaches gravitate to players that they know and players that they know work in their system. Anthony Lynn has stated time and time again, we've lamented about the fact that the Chargers want an athletic quarterback. The second thing, the Chargers already have a full quarterback room. So Colin is going to have to come in and earn a spot on that roster. Tyrod Taylor, obviously, they drafted Justin Herbert, who they intend to be the future. And Anthony Lynn has spoke highly of Easton Stick, a quarterback that they drafted late in this draft as far as having an opportunity to play in this league. So I'm just excited about the legitimacy of what Colin Kaepernick has the opportunity to do because a team is willing to give him an opportunity to be a football player, and it's something that he's good at. But this is the exact example of what we're talking about beyond sports. This is why it's so important for athletes to raise their voice about what happens in their particular leagues and also in society. This is a process of something happening out of good because we're having these conversations in this country right now.
Marcus Spears, Max Kellerman, let me say this because I definitely want both of y'all to chime in on a few things, and I need y'all to hear me out because I think this is incredibly, incredibly important to say. Understand that this is going to become a political issue. As I articulated on First Take years ago before he ever ran for president, I was on the phone with Donald Trump, who wanted to purchase the Buffalo Bills. It was at that time that he said, if they don't let me in, I'm going to run for the presidency of the United States of America. We all have seen how he could come at you if he disagrees with you, if he feels that he has been screwed over by you. And even though he has friends in the National Football League, he does not. There are a lot of those guys that he may not like. And I connect the dots and say that might be a reason why he has spoken out against the past and how he successfully hijacked the whole Colin Kaepernick issue, turned it into something that it was not, made it about the flag and patriotism when that was not Colin Kaepernick's intent, and as a result, made the NFL very uncomfortable. Well, now we got an election coming up, and the NFL season is going to start a few months before that. Do not